Welcome back to Magus, again. Before we proceed with the story, whatever that is about, let's check out some of our new spells. This is a familiar icon. Oh, no effect. Let's come closer. It would appear that the earthquake has the range of a silent fart. You can't get this until level 20. It must be good. A Ring of Binding. All we need is to give it to Kinna. This is a familiar setup. But today we can shrink. Prepare yourselves.
This Iris.
I like this change of perspective. We need to experiment with shrinking some more.
Damnatio ad bestias.
Apparently I can't cast Shrink while in the air. Let's try it again.
Esterno volitare, Igneo morte. Deluculum clariant.
That's way too many effects. Holy shit, look at him go. Okay, hold on. I think we can open this. Wait a second, I can't equip the Black Hole spell. This is a case of reading failure. The Black Hole is a skill using a combination of our basic attacks. Also, around this time, the HDMI cable connecting the capture card to the TV started losing connection intermittently, which only added to the confusion.
Cemeterium Anatis!
This is the portal spell, and it doesn't seem to do anything. Anyway, the proper black hole. This was much easier to do in Unreal. We don't have the spell for that one. Magus, stop slurping. Who taught you how to suck stones? Since we've got 3 new items, I'm checking them out. And surprisingly, each is better than what we have already. And finally, the level. Actually, today we get 2 levels. Yeah, after you beat the 4 maps, you get an extra bonus boss thing. The people have voted for the Burial Grounds, which, by coincidence, is the one location we haven't been to yet. It's got to be a coincidence, because the map doesn't show which levels have been cleared.
Something is familiar about this place. No, it's not familiar like that. Perhaps comforting would be a better way to describe it. It's like a favored blanket from childhood. I'm sorry, my lord. It's hard to explain. The presence of death, the feeling of it permeates this place like nowhere I've been before.
Why is Magus giving lore to Kinna?
It's something more than that. As a member of the Dark Hall and assassin for the gods, death is almost like a trusted companion. But something here just feels wrong.
Evidently, we can't trust death. Let's try to turn skeletons to stone, in a process known as fossilization. As we'll discover at the end of the level, it has a really short range.
Time to die!
So we're in a snowy land of the dead who are connected with Red in this game. Welcome to the USSR, I guess? Let's try the Titan power-up.
Duluculum Clariant!
This is definitely effective, but way less hilarious than the Shrink spell.
Who's next?
Damnatio ad bestias!
As you see, the undead are rather weak to green, symbolizing the inevitable collapse of socialist regimes to the pressures of capitalism and corruption. And this map is really awful. It's a single linear track with no branching whatsoever.
Why did those skeletons attack us?
Not a question you hear in many games, is it?
Then who did? Only the gods have the power to reanimate the dead. Let's hope not. Because as powerful as you are, my lord, you are not yet ready to face the other gods. That day will come soon enough, my lord, but until then you must take the time to prepare yourself. Until then, we must be careful in this place.
You know, I'm switching back to shrinking. It's more fun that way. And we've also got a new red skill, also a combo. It's supposed to cause disease.
Bleed for me!
Kinna, you will find that skeletons have trouble bleeding. Our new red skill is proving itself utterly worthless. Let's go.
Res Singularis!
This is almost fun. Tiny Goku shooting skeletons with the purest green. And now, secrets. This level has secret areas separated from the main path by pits.
Tantibus Ludum!
It feels like there is an invisible wall over the pit. Something just kills the jump's forward momentum.
Esterno Volitare!
Something strange is going on, but Magus has cleared the obstacle. And we get ourselves an earring. By the way, there isn't a blue stone here, so if you run out of mana, you're screwed.
Igneo Morte! Cemeterium Onitis! For honor!
Well, these two didn't amount to much.
Now I know why the soldiers were facing the gate when we approached.
They were trying to open it?
I do find it strange that there aren't any bodies, though. Do you think you'll be able to control them in some way?
Killing them sends a strong message.
Then kill them we must.
Kill them all.
It's time to tank up. The supply of mana in a stone doesn't appear to be related to its size in any way. I have to say, the voice actors for the skeletons really capture the whole lack of throat aspect. This entire level is like an intestine, winding, full of decaying organics, and best left unseen. But at least we get some XP. More pointless soldiers. They're not really supposed to be a challenge, more along the lines of serving narrative purposes. Except no one gives a shit.
This Iris.
Whose skulls are these? Even the giants are not as cranially gifted.
Deluculum Clariant.
And again, the second half of the jump is really slow. And what's in the box? Nothing. Splendid. If you can't generate nice loot, generate nothing at all.
Damnatio ad bestias.
The jumps are really awkward. You make a fast leap and then just hover down for a minute like an apprentice magician. Oh, another jump. Joy.
Cerno Volitare. Res Singularis.
Since all secrets here are behind the jump spell, and we got that really early on, this must be the first location we're supposed to visit.
Igneo Morte.
And the mines will be the last. I suspect the chests in the mines contain the same vendor horse trash they do here.
Kill them all.
And look, there is another side area on the left.
Referent of Obis.
How did this crap end up here anyway? Was someone catapulting chests over the moats? Or were they dug later?
Damnatio ad bestias.
Well, we still have half the map to go. And we are the Skeleton King! 100 skeletons down, more to come. This level is at least 3 times as long as it should be. And I recognize this desperate padding by winding passages approach to design. It's what happens when you can't actually make a large map, but for some reason need to make travel across it as long as possible.
Duluculum Clariant!
Oh, hello. Right, I remember that one fight in this level is tricky, in that you need to finish it in a specific way.
Greetings, Holy One.
If you want to unlock a skill. If you fail, you miss it until the next playthrough.
When I was alive, I was known as Captain Granger, a member of the King's Guard.
Perhaps he's gone up in rank since then?
The same identity will work just as well, I suppose. My apologies, Holy One, but I cannot do as you ask. I was summoned by another one of your kind, and am bound to serve him in all things. No. His command was to kill any who try to pass. Enough questions. Prepare to defend yourself.
For our master!
Okay, the trick to the fight is that you have to kill every regular enemy first. The problem is, this isn't the fight where you need to do it. A bit of a fuck up on my part, sorry.
That was easy.
Have at you!
Let's do this!
Oh, a side area.
This iris!
How did you get here?
Igneo Morte!
Let's begin.
Who's next?
And I'm just checking if this was the guy I was supposed to spam. No. I need to find the undead elder. A different elder. And by find, I mean follow this level until I reach him inevitably. Now, these guys look less soft tissue challenged than skeletons. They must be zombies. As we're all aware, zombies are traditionally known for funny voices. The essence of the level really hasn't changed. We've simply swapped skeletons for dark shapes. Magus must have some sort of level scaling mechanism, so that its levels are equally playable regardless of whether you enter them first or last on your trip.
You do not belong here. Only the dead may walk upon this hallowed ground. Leave now, unless you want to join our ranks.
This is the man, the Elder.
It matters not. You are of the living. Your presence here is an offense to us all. Prepare to die.
Now this is the guy we need to kill last. Let's hope Kina doesn't get him.
Time to die!
Angelus Luna!
Bleed for me!
Damnatio Advestia!
I see now that you know death has no mortal good. You may summon me, and I will assist you in battle. If there is nothing else, I will return to my slumber. I may answer but one question, then silent for all eternity. Yes.
Well, apparently there is a god here. Can anyone see them? No? Let's go look for the god then. Oh, there was one good item among the trash. And we should have unlocked an ability, shouldn't we? There it is, summon. Why is the undead elder summoned by a bear paw icon? Is he a furry? Let's sick the elder on them. And while our discount cyborg ninja is slapping the zombies, we'll look for treasure.
For the gods!
She's teleported here again.
Weaklings!
What?
Let's do this!
Kina, how? What the hell? Wait, I have an idea. Let's change the perspective a bit.
Duluculum Clariant!
Yeah, that's definitely something.
Res Singularis!
Come on, teleport back when I'm looking.
For the gods!
Oh, skeletons mixed with zombies. Really showing off the power of the engine. I mean, there is no way this Unreal Engine can do more than that, right? Magus is really pushing its limits. Of patience, mostly.
Kill them all! Who's next?
Good news, we're only 3 U-turns away from the end.
Neo Morte!
I love running around as a Lilliput Goku on speed. More games should have this feature.
Tantibus Lunum!
It's probably a good idea to put another point into Shrink, so that I don't have to recast it so frequently. And another jumping challenge. Oh, great treasure, some snow. I can't wear that.
Duluculum Clariant!
This bounce, that wasn't me. Magus automatically jumped off the head of an enemy. I wish you could kill them like this to throw Mario into the mix. I think that batch of zombies had goofier voice acting than usual. Okay, we're going north, and up ahead must be our last turn.
Esterno Volitare!
You could at least flap your arms, Magus.
Time to die!
Neo Morte! Cemeterium Unitus!
We must exercise caution now, Lord Magus. Though your powers have increased while in this place, it is too soon for you to face another guard. We can still return to your tower and make further preparations.
Yes, that is a feature available to us. Here's the option. We are not using it. Not when we are so close to beating the last stage.
Damnatio ad Bestias!
I'm running low on blue. And now, the boss.
You are not welcome here, yet. But once you have died and are reborn as one of my pets, you will be.
Most definitely not. I do not understand. The undead elder said... Then who is he?
You are so incredibly rude! How dare you speak of me as if I wasn't here? Death should improve your manners drastically. You may address me as Keeper Thorn. I am the Lord and Master of this domain.
We can ask this question, not related at all to the preceding dialogue line.
Of course! Who else would I be talking about? Perhaps. But madness is a very small price to pay for divinity. Of course. Why wouldn't I believe in my own godhood?
Wait, that was the answer to the other dialogue option.
The dead now rise at my command. They didn't do that until I became a god. My change from mortal to divine was after the new moon.
And when you received your powers... Strange things occur when a new god is born. Like the dead rising. I know less about these things than you do now, but I am sure that we will see many more as we continue. Maybe he's in possession of a talisman of some kind. I see now. That crown he's wearing, it radiates an aura of death.
The Keeper's crown signifies our stewardship of the dead, and has been passed down between Keepers for generations. No! It is mine! Mine!
I'm guessing that it's an enchanted relic of the old world. Your rebirth as a god must have awakened its powers.
You'll never take take it from me! Never, you hear? Come, my minions! It is time to welcome these two into death's embrace!
Tangibus Luna!
So this is our boss for tonight, a shrieking idiot with delusions of grandeur. He's got lots of undead under his command, and that's about it. I suppose we could use this fight to experiment with some spells. Let's choke him.
Let's do
Red
this!
Singularis!
That was a pretty nice beat, and apparently Vacuum does have animation.
Come on!
And this Iris! Cerno Volatari!
Thank you, DJ Magus.
Neo Morte!
Die!
Anyway, what else can we do? Are there any special conditions for turning to stone? Doesn't look like it, doesn't say anything in the description.
Kill them all!
Prince of Opus! Sanitarium Unitus!
So I can turn skeletons to stone, but I have to be really close.
Luculum Clarion! Tangibus Luna!
Wait, did I just kill a skeleton with vacuum? That can't be right.
Let's do this!
Damnatio ad Bestias!
Yep, I've just choked a skeleton to death. Let's check the description. Blah 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 causes enemies to suffocate. So skeletons can suffocate in this game's setting. That's impressive.
Red Singularis!
The boss is very resilient, or perhaps he won't die until we kill every last one of his undead minions.
Come on!
Cerno Volatari!
Do this!
That was abrupt.
So, at last we meet. I've looked forward to ending your miserable, pathetic existence for some time now.
Hello, King.
I have no interest in conversing with you. You give me far too much credit. You see, I wasn't the one who captured you initially. It was the Demon Queen who brought you to me, all trussed up like a pig.
Why was she trussed up?
No, but does it really matter? You were trapped like an animal and given to me to do with what I wished. Perhaps, but even enemies can work together for a common cause. She wanted some worthless land in my possession, and she offered you in return. It seemed a fair trade at the time. An astute observation. I have wasted a considerable amount of resources on you, but that ends now. I think I'll just kill you and your degenerate whore companion and cut my losses.
Everyone shits on Kiddo.
After I kill you both, I think I'll cut off your heads and put them on pikes at the entrance to my palace. You pitiful fool. Do you really think it'll be that easy? All my death will bring is rebellion and civil war. I'm through talking to you. Let's get started, shall we? Your life is mine!
This iris!
This fight doesn't feature anything exciting, so let's just relax and gain some XP. And this whole dialogue is exactly the same even if you beat the levels in a different order. It's just something to tell you about the real villain.
To die! For the gods!
For honor!
Now piss off.
Neo Morte!
Hail, King Magus, god and ruler of this kingdom. I swear allegiance to you.
Doesn't sound sincere.
I thought you'd appreciate it. So, where do we go from here? How do you wish to proceed? As always, I am with you, Your Majesty.
Damn it, more questions.
I will answer what I can, my king. Besides the Queen and her supposed powers, she has two fighting forces at her command. The Shy and the Obsidian Guard.
Oh, I know the Shy guys. They have cute masks.
The Shy is composed solely of female soldiers, all of whom will charge into battle without any regard for their own lives. They fight with a ferocity that very few can stand up to. Yes, but it will be difficult. We will need to kill them as quickly as possible before they overwhelm us with sheer numbers. They are knights that serve as the Queen's personal protectors and are acknowledged as the most skilled fighters on the continent. There is no comparison, my king. It would be foolish to take them lightly. Their prowess will mean nothing when faced with the power of a true god. Nothing more than what I have shared with you is known, Your Majesty. No one from the Dark Hall has ever survived long enough to pass on anything more. Yes. According to the holy text, it has been well over 1,000 years. I already feel as if I'm watching history unfold, my king. I will answer what I can, my king.
Now let's continue the romance subplot.
Of course, I didn't mean that I wished everything that has occurred up until now had never happened, my king. I am afraid to say what I want to out loud, Your Majesty. Intellectually, I know that you are a god and ruler of men, but I also see you as Magus, a man I care for deeply.
This is trash, just like BioWare would have written it.
But it is something that can never be. For me to even think about such a relationship with a god skirts dangerously close to heresy. This is true. Are you sure about that?
None of this matters.
Of course. And thank you, thank you, Magus. It means a lot to me. Of course. What would you like to discuss?
And suddenly Magus stops the chat, because they couldn't animate sex, I presume. We did strip the king naked after he died. Red? The king was wearing yellow. Wait a minute. The king in yellow? Shit. We're all cursed.
I have encountered several mentions of the Rune of Memory over the course of my studies, but they all refer to an ancient tome that is only to be found in the great library of Deus Sen. I am sorry, my lord, but I do not know much more than that. I will keep searching, my lord. Do you have runes that require my inspection, Lord Magus? Of course, my lord. There you go.
And the new runes we've got are completely worthless, because they really only change what color of magic gets a 15-point boost. If it's any rune of power, it gives you 15 strength, and that's it.
Can I assist you?
So I'll just feed the horse. I've cut it all out, but I've left the crown. I mean, we've got the crown of the king. We should try it on. It's good to be the king, but it makes Magus look like a complete dork.
How can I assist?
By the way, there is a new spell, Possession. Sadly, we can't possess anyone in the tower. We have a new location to go to. It's some castle, the final level. But we can also go to the desert, the cove, or maybe even the mines or the burial grounds. Where should Goku campaign next?